Greg's back from the Concord Co-op. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. We're heading into a great weekend, so
Wow.
I know.
You fishing this weekend, or are you working?
Oh, I am. I get off early today, so I'm fishing.
Oh,
I'm
good
heading
for
up
you.
to the Amanuensis first thing in the morning as well.
Amanuensis. Wild Amanuensis or Amanuensis?
The very upper part.
Okay. Littleton up that way?
Yep, right now where it comes out of Mount Washington, where it flows out
Oh,
of
you're
Mount
going
Washington.
way. Oh, nice. That'll be beautiful.
Oh, it's a beautiful spot.
Try the Wild Amanuensis sometime. That's the one on 112 Lost River.
Lost River, yeah.
That section that runs out. Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful
I've fished
fishing.
that part before, too.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Well, you brought some people are prepared. You and I sit here and go, hey, how you doing? People bring notes, Greg.
They have so much
I
notes.
know.
I feel I'm going to be sitting back and I won't have much to say today. I hope they get to cover all of their topics.
Wow. Betsy Black is here. Hi, Betsy.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm awesome. How are
We
you?
got the purple, got the bright colors going on.
I knew I was going to be on TV. So.
Well,
There we go.
Betsy is a passionate proponent, practitioner of health living through movement, diet, and mindfulness. Something we should talk about, mindfulness, because we hear the phrase, but we don't. Some people don't know what that is. She's been a member of the Concord Food Co-op for 34 years and loves food and support for healthy living that the co-op provides. And Dr. Herring, on your left speaker, good morning. I know. Well, I was doing left and right. Licensed naturopathic.
Very good.
Thank you. Sorry, I knew I'd get there. Specializing in classic homeopathy and functional medicine. She has an office in Concord, been there for 30 years. Instrumental in the process of licensing of naturopaths as primary care doctors in 1995. And the doctor can be reached at drpamelaherring@gmail.com, or you can call 491-7321. Boy, you got the commercial in there. We got everything.
Gee, thanks.
You're square. You can go. You're done now.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious. We're going to talk about summer happiness, but you were instrumental in the process of licensing naturopaths as primary care doctors in 1995. Was that a revolutionary concept in 1995?
Well, in New Hampshire, it certainly was.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Now, why?
Well,
Because we like to think New Hampshire's pretty hip. We're there.
Well, in the old days, all the doctors practiced naturopathic medicine. They
Right.
did water cures and they did, paid attention to diet and nutrition and so on. But somehow along the way, when we started getting the pharmaceuticals, people felt that you just take this pill and it'll fix everything.
Right. Yeah, I know.
And we're kind of coming back to where we were.
I don't mind necessarily, depending on what it is, the taking the pill part. What I have a problem with is the taking the pill, keep doing the bad behavior that got you to that point.
Well,
There's
yes.
the problem I have.
Well, yes. And, many, probably 30, 40, 50% of medical doctors practiced homeopathy back in those days.
Wow.
It was really big. The homeopathic remedies were in the PDR.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a separate PDR, but it's still regulated by the USDA. The FDA.
The FDA.
Oh, FDA.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking USDA. Okay, fine.
Not agriculture. No,
Yeah, right.
sorry. That's the food. That's the food I
think
recommend.
As we have moved into the 21st century, I find it fascinating that people are looking back to the 19th century going, stuff was working back then.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, maybe they were onto something.
Well, we didn't have the science to show why they were important. It was just tradition.
Yeah.
And common sense.
And anecdote. I mean, you just like, this works. This
Yeah.
keeps working when I do this for my patients, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, my grandmother used to say, hey, you've got to eat a peck of dirt, Now we're looking at the microbiome and we're giving people dirt.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Officially.
Well, and that's not a bad thing because me being a baby boomer and my kids, we played in the dirt. We got dirty. We got
Right.
cuts. We got dirt.
Right.
But it helped in your immune system.
That's right.
And then parents took kids out of the dirt, out of the
Right.
lawn.
Right.
And we
They started getting sick.
started getting a spate of problems.
Well, one little thing I read was that, the use of dishwashers. We don't, we're getting rid of all the bacteria off our dishes, the sterile.
All right.
But, washing your dishes by hand will leave enough bacteria to
This is my
Get your
dishwasher
immune
right
system.
here.
Yeah,
get your
me
immune
too.
system
Yep,
going.
yep.
Well, that's mine too.
Yep.
I don't use the dishwasher or the microwave.
See, I let the dog clean the plate off, and I tell my wife, just
And then
put
it's-
it
then
back in
it's
the
good.
cupboard. We're fine. Yeah, no, that's not happening.
I don't know.
Betsy, feel free. Jump right in here anytime.
Oh, I want to start with my.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Okay, no cheating.
Geese.
Yep.
When I think about summer, I think about getting outside.
What did you just do to that poor animal?
Oh, stop.
He landed.
Oh,
He
stop.
landed. And Pamela was correct. It is a Canada goose.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
But see, now you did it correctly. A Canada goose. Too
Right.
many people call it Canadian goose.
Right.
It's not a Canadian
Right.
goose.
Canada
it's a
goose.
Canada goose.
It is.
Very
Oh,
nice.
it
I
is.
did not know that.
Yep. that
So
is true.
I want to put in a plug for Cornell University. They will play any songbird sound, so you can help learn how to identify different bird calls.
I've been to their website.
Yeah,
it's
really,
fascinating.
really very interesting.
And
also-
I when I step outside, that's what I do. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know that's a robin, that's a fisher.
Oh, I hear a cardinal. I hear a
Yeah.
cardinal. Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
do
flicker,
that.
flicker. That's another one that it goes down.
Yeah.
So, but I've got those sounds, and it's wonderful. And if I don't have it, it bothers me.
Yes. Yeah, and it's a sign of eco-health if we have bird calls. That's always comforts me that we have birds, because there was a time back when there was more use of DDT where the birds were really down. So it's a sign of ecological health, and it's such a sound of summer, to
Sure
get
it is.
outside and hear those sounds and and just stop. Just pause for a moment and listen and really take it in.
Turn off your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And you can thank Rachel Carson
Yes,
for that.
absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
The World Around Us was a book that I was given as a kid. I just thought it was so cool that I remember there was something in there that if you put dye in the ocean, a little bottle, it would take X amount of years to come back. And I remember as a kid thinking, that is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That we get through the currents. And then all of a sudden I learned that there was a relationship between, so it wasn't just Indian Ocean, Pacific. They weren't treated as, but they were,
all one.
there was but it was Rachel Carson that pointed, and of course Silent Spring, which was groundbreaking at that time. Yeah.
So I'd like to jump in on your tech comment. I think summer is a great time to experiment with taking a technology break. So when you go to the beach, leave your phone at home.
Yeah.
Because these devices are awesome. I have one right here. That's what played that bird call. And they're designed and they're very effective at being completely distracting and addictive. Mm-hmm. And the only way to really escape them is to leave them. So that when you go to the beach, you're not looking at a screen, you're looking at the ocean.
Yeah.
And you say that, and I wonder who is really going to leave their phone at home?
Yeah, you're dreaming.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, you can shut it off and put it in a
You can
in
leave
a
it in the car
backpack
when you
and-
get there and maybe check it
Yeah.
after. But,
Well,
we're becoming so, addicted to it.
People think they're going to miss something.
Right.
That's what I keep hearing in surveys. Why do they keep checking? Because they think they're going to miss out on something if they're not constantly. I'm thinking,
there's
what are you going to miss out on?
There's a condition, it has a name. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yep.
FOMO. I like
And
that.
it's a real condition.
It's
Yeah.
a psychological thing, and it's very human because we're pack animals, and we're afraid at a real basic level. If we miss something, maybe we'll get thrown out of the pack. It really gets us at a very
That's what the
primal-
lemming in front of me said.
Yeah,
As it
exactly.
went over the cliff. Yeah, great.
The reality is you're going to miss out if you don't put it off to the side. You're going to miss the beach. You're going to miss the
Right.
sand. You're going to miss hanging with the people you love.
Yeah. I heard a statistic recently, and I don't know if it's true or not, but 8% of people confessed, so it's more,
Yeah.
confessed to looking at their phones while they were being intimate.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
And you're right. If they're coming
What a
clean.
compliment to your partner.
Yeah.
I know.
But
If they're coming clean, it's more
Hang
than
on,
8%.
checking my
Yeah, I
email.
know.
I'll get back to you.
But, you think about it, you hear that little beep, it's like, it's really important.
I got to get this
Oh,
now.
I'm
So-
sorry. Not now.
Yeah.
But anyway, to Greg's point, I think to experiment with what's reasonable for you. So maybe you can't leave it at home, but maybe you can turn it off for a couple hours. But to expect it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
But the gifts are great.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss seeing your kid playing in the sand and building a sand castle, or you playing
You'd be in the sand and building a sand
Yeah,
castle.
right.
Come on, right? Absolutely.
See, unfortunately, as Pat can attest to, I'm the other way. I have people begging me to turn the phone on,
Right.
to learn how to text, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Not happening. Well, you have. No, I don't. Don't tell me I have to text. No, I'm all
It's
set.
a hammer. It's a tool for you, not for.
I mean,
Well, and I said it's there for my convenience, not yours.
Right,
and that's
know.
the way I look at it.
You can't argue with that.
Yeah.
and most of us are a lot less active in winter, and we look forward to the summer. So it really is taking advantage of it
Yeah.
and getting outside, and as you're saying, just really kind of immersing yourself. I love being out in nature. I just love it. That's the really the one time that I allow everything to just go away.
Well, there's no cell signal where you're going fishing either. I don't think.
That's good.
So that'll be a good
Almost
thing.
on purpose.
I don't
Yeah.
take it fishing. I do not take my. And I sometimes I'd like to have my camera with me, but to prove that was a big fish, but just the same.
But see, I like the fact, and we're going to have to take a break. The studies keep coming out that basically saying what we were doing 100, 200 years ago was pretty good.
Yeah.
Health-wise,
Yeah.
mental health-wise. And I remember seeing a salt box house, and people were going, look at how they did this. They designed it so it faced the sun. It got solar. And I'm like, well, duh. They knew what they were. So, yeah, they had it knocked in 1774 when they situated the house to get the heating. But then we come back on it in 1975 or 80 going, look at this.
Right.
Like it went away. But a lot of this stuff has gone away because we've replaced it with instant gratification and technology. But now I think people are starting to say, wait a minute, let's kind of go back.
Yeah.
And I think that plays to your point. We got to take a break.
We
And
do.
We're going to be back and get happy for the summer
Yes, we are.
right here. And now Dr. Pamela Herring is going to tell us how to enjoy summer. Give us your 4 best points.
Excuse me.
So it's pretty hard to be happy if you're not healthy. So, of course, my tips are going to be surrounding how to be healthy.
Makes sense.
Number 1, diet. Getting away from processed foods. If you're cooking on the grill, maybe go to a gas grill over a charcoal grill because it's less toxic.
Is it really? A gas grill's better than a charcoal grill? I didn't know that.
That's what I've
okay.
Yeah.
understood.
Okay.
The lighter fluid and the
well, see, I
charcoal
have a
and
gas
the-
grill, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I didn't know
Yeah.
there was a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, toward the summer, you want to start eating more leafy greens, more watery fruits and vegetables, and the root vegetables are more for fall. So the cabbages and the root vegetables come out in the fall. So if you're eating according to the season, you would have strawberries in June, and blueberries in
Absolutely.
July,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
so on.
Yep.
So the second point is sunshine. Now, sunshine makes vitamin D on our skin. And so if we're totally loaded up with sunscreen, we are not going to get vitamin D conversion on the skin. So my suggestion is to get a little bit of sunshine without the sunscreens. When you do get sunscreens, get the non-toxic ones, the ones that aren't full of chemicals.
What am I supposed to get?
Well,
10, 20, 50, 100. What's the number that I'm supposed
Well,
to?
I haven't really tracked the latest, but
Okay.
at one point, something like 12 was supposed to be like
Okay.
impenetrable, but
Yeah.
now
Oh,
they
I
have
didn't-
like
okay.
30 and so on. But, definitely too much sun is not good, and we're missing some of the whatever protects us out there in the ozone. I'm not an astronomist.
Right, right. But it is important to get that vitamin D. And a
Yes.
study just came out this week that said we're getting less.
Yes.
We are getting less than we should because we're not outdoors as
Right.
much as we should be.
We are. So if you go before the peak of the sun, like, 10 to 12, sit in the sun,
See
Right.
get some.
No.
Gotta run.
And then there are some more natural sunscreens that you can buy, certainly at the co-op and around, so that you're not getting that sun cooking those chemicals into your
Right,
skin.
you're protected,
Yeah.
right.
Makes sense.
But still getting the benefits from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 3, water. we lose quarts of water during the summertime by evaporation off of our skin. So we need to replace that. So plenty of water. Exercise, and I think Betsy's going to elaborate on this a little bit more, but, the days of saying, oh, I can't exercise today, it's too icy, it's too cold, it's too much snow.
Yeah, it's not nice outside. Oh, okay, yeah.
And really, to Peter's point, that getting out in nature, really sleeping on the ground, you have these vibrations of the magnetic field in the ground, and it's very healing to walk barefoot in the dewy grass. And these are like old-fashioned.
But it's the stuff we
nature
did.
cure things.
I know.
This is not a foreign concept. We all grew up doing it.
Right.
And how
right.
did we get away from it? That's what I can't figure out.
Exactly. Right.
So they've even come up with a name for something that many of us have been doing all our lives, and it's called forest bathing. And it was it's dubbed Shinrin Yoku by the Japanese Ministry of Agriculture in the 1980s. And basically what it is going out among the trees. And they have studied it and found it to lower levels of cortisol. That's our hormone associated with stress.
Nice.
Lower your heart rate, blood pressure, and increase activity in your parasympathetic nervous system. That's the chill effect. And so we all know that if we wander around in the trees, we're going to feel better. And this has been studied to show that. And the other thing I wanted to mention was to reactivate activities with kids if you have children or hang out with kids, or do stuff you used to do as a kid. One of my favorite things is to hop on my bike. I'm on my bike this morning, and go for an occasional ice cream. We have all these great ice cream places.
Absolutely.
So you have an outing, you burn a few calories, and
I'm leaving. Let's go get an ice cream.
we got some great ice cream. You don't want to have ice cream every day.
Betsy Black, Dr. Pamela Herring.
Oh, I love ice cream.
You're in the mood for real food. It's Concord Food Co-op.